Hello folks. Well, it is cold in South Texas. It's down in the low 40s and it's blowing. But that just happened last night, and luckily the day before I managed to get out before this thing hit. And I went to a shoreline that I haven't fished in I know over 10 years, but it had February is my least favorite month of the whole year to fish. Bad low tides, and the water's gotten really cold, and you know, it's just not one of my favorite times to fish. But we had several days. Of course, South Texas, the weather's crazy, but we had several days that got up in the 70s. And this particular shoreline is located real close to some deep water. And I had a suspicion, pretty good idea, that after a couple of days of that 70-something degree weather, that these fish were going to move up from that deep water into some, not super shallow, but some shallower water. The shallow water warms up first, and anytime they can migrate to, even if it's just a few degrees, they'll do it. Anyway, this shoreline had a pretty good little stretch of grass that came out, and that was from real shallow up to about 3 feet. And then when you hit about that 4-foot mark, well, the grass disappears because the sun doesn't get down enough to make it grow. And that's the area that I targeted, was this 4 and 5 foot of water, maybe even 6 in a couple of spots where there was no grass. And we did all the damage on the Hoagie 5-inch swimming shad, which is a good sized bait with a big paddle tail. And we had that on an 1/8 ounce Strike King jig head with a 20-pound fluorocarbon leader. And one thing I like about big paddle tails, besides the fact that they've got a lot of action, when you pick these things up, that paddle tail acts kind of like a parachute, and it lets that bait fall pretty slow. It doesn't drop like a dart. And in that 4 or 5, 6 foot of water where I was at, I was throwing this out with a stand-up jig head and letting it go all the way to the bottom. And I would snap it up and let it fall back all the way to the bottom. And those fish were laying in there on the bottom, but they would hit this almost always on the fall, and that's what we ended up catching them on. What we were throwing is the Daiwa Coastal SV, and we've got that on a Mojo Yak 7.6 medium heavy fast action. And I absolutely love this rod. I love this reel. That's the best casting reel I've ever owned, and I've owned a bunch of them. And on this, we're loaded up with Daiwa J braid, 40-pound, and that was it. We got out there and ended up catching a fair number of trout, and it was nice to be back out on the water. Let's get on to the video, and thank you all for watching. There he is.
It's a baby, but it's a bite. After being off the water for a while, I'll take anything.
Got him that time. Not very big.
Another baby. Maybe we'll stumble onto some better ones.
There he is. Hello, Mr. Trout.
Skinny.
There he is.
Number 2. Long and skinny. Have a good day, brother.
There he is. Quit jumping. Yeah, that's a better one.
Yeah, a little better fish.
Chewing on that thing. There he is. Come on, buddy boy. That's a better one.
That one wasn't bad. And I'm out on the water again. That makes me happy.
There he is.
Good day, my friend. Got him. Oh, that's a decent one. That's a decent one there. Yeah, baby. Yeah, they're getting better. There he is. Yeah, not bad. Not bad. Oh, he don't like the boat. Decent. No monsters. Have a good day, my friend. There he is. There's a speckled trout with no spots except on his fins. You don't see that real often.